welcome to this session on solid waste management. This is essentially about why we behave the way we behave when it comes to disposing our kitchen waste. And you see, I call this kitchen waste from one more household. And you would understand why I call this kitchen waste from one more household as we go. There is a beautiful botanical garden you see here. And it is human nature. If I found someone plucking a flower from a botanical garden, then I am also free to pluck one. And you find a board here, no smoking board. And it says it is against the law to smoke in these premises. Then when I see this board, I don't develop confidence to light a cigarette until I find another person lighting one. You see here what's going on. If one person can jump a traffic signal, then everyone can jump. If one person can spit in the office corridor or railway station, then I am also free to do that. You see here, this is historical Charminar, and you find a lot of scribblings on the Charminar walls. If you found someone scribbling on the walls of Charminar and you catch hold of him, ask him, he would say, "Trust me, I was not the first one to scribble on the walls of Charminar. The scribbles already on the walls of Charminar only prompted me to make my mark and register my attendance there." That would be his response. So he is not the first person. He is not the first person scribbling on the walls of Charminar. He found several others have scribbled on that and he wanted to make his mark there. Here is a person driving, throwing out the used paper napkin. He is being privately smart. He wants his car to be clean and he is not worried about the road. The car is private, it is his own, it must be clean, but I don't care about the road. Too intelligent for one's own good. Are we extremely selfish? That's what we tend to ask. Now we come to kitchen waste from one more household. You find this lady throwing kitchen waste on the street and you catch hold of her, you talk to her, she would say, "Trust me, I was not the first one to chuck my kitchen waste here. Many people have already thrown." And you see here a girl throwing banana peel on the road. And you talk to her, she would say, "It's dirty anyway. What difference can I alone make? Already people have thrown here. So what difference you think I can make?" That would be her response. This behavior we call in social psychology theory of broken windows. The broken window is a metaphor for how behavioral norms break down in a community. Once people begin disregarding norms that keep order in a community, both order and community loosen. As days go by, people feel less shy and less reserved about things getting from bad to worse. And from bad to worse, it gets very fast. And the question is, does it belong to somebody or it belongs to nobody? Like the car you saw, it belongs to one person. And the road, it belongs to nobody. That's the mentality, that's the mindset we have developed. You take a piece of cloth and try to tear it. It is very difficult to tear a piece of cloth. So once it gets unstitched in one place, it goes opening out until it can go to the worst. So the first tear that you are trying is difficult. And the first one it goes, then it goes on. So once a place is spoiled and soon it becomes worse. That's the point I am trying to make. So the garbage of over 1 billion people you see here. So like me, like my neighbor, everyone in India is throwing garbage at the street corner. The result of our rationality, our justification is the huge garbage heap of over 1 billion people in this country. That's what we see here. And the garbage dump, this is near Taj Mahal that you see here. Taj Mahal is historical wonder and it's a pride for India, but we have all the garbage around. From bad to worse, things get faster. And this is a typical example for how bad to worse things get faster. You saw there was a pond and at the corner of the pond somebody started throwing something, and then as days went by and you find that it is full of garbage. It is full of garbage that you are not able to make out if there is really water beneath. And just because you see a boat there, you think yes, there must be water beneath. Otherwise, you find that it is filled with garbage. This is what I called broken windows or theory of broken windows. Once it starts getting bad in one place, soon it becomes worse and sooner it becomes growing. This man is throwing kitchen waste on the street corner. You talk to him, he will say, "I'm not alone responsible for this, but everybody else is doing this, everybody else is throwing here. Everybody is throwing garbage on the street corner, why should I not? Everybody is jumping the queue, why should I not? Everybody is being corrupt, why should I not accept that bribe?" That's the mindset we have developed. So if an attitude is rational for me, it is rational for everybody else. So kitchen waste of just one more household is unlikely to make much of a difference to the overall sanitation surrounding. This is the mindset we have developed. It is just from my house only, as if it is only from my house. It is from my neighbors and their neighbors. Like that it keeps coming. So segregating waste at the household level seems such a waste of time, considering that the streets are dirty anyway. So it doesn't matter to me if I throw. It doesn't matter to me if my neighbors throw. That's how things get from bad to worse. So we think also, why sacrifice one's self-interest for the sake of the community? And selfishness seems to teach every one of us that it is entirely rational for us to chuck our kitchen waste on the street corner. Why are we making such a big fuss about it? And so it is just very simple thing, and you tip your nose and walk, just cross. That's the attitude we have developed. Life is simple if you learn to live with problems. Yes, there are problems in life. You see, it was a nice pond and the boy used to swim there, but now you see the condition of the pond, and that's the way you can live. Celebrate life, don't complicate. You see, you construct a toilet away in some place and then put a board there as public restroom and then put an arrow there. Why do you complicate life? Celebrate life and take it easy, right? People might be crossing you, tipping their nose, just take it easy. That's the attitude we are developing. So you ask people, they say, what difference can I alone make? Surely the entire pool can't get dirty just because you urinate in it. How can my not throwing that piece of paper on the street clean up the whole city? That's what we ask. And what does it matter if I alone keep my high beam on while driving? And will the country's water table become any higher just because I save a few mugs of water daily? And what does it matter if I alone come late? In any case, not many people will come on time. They are not going to be punctual. So it doesn't matter if I go a little late. That's the attitude we keep developing. This behavior is expanding and this is dangerous. Just once it starts, it keeps going. So tear a little, it becomes easier later on and much easier as you go on. So when it starts, broken windows, if not repaired on time, the disorderliness tends to expand. And we need to understand also, habits are stronger than reason. Habits are stronger than reason, and habits are stronger than reason and logic. We may have 101 reasons why I should not smoke, but I am not able to quit smoking. That's the problem, because we have reasons, we are very logical why we should give up smoking, but still that habit overpowers for everything, including disposing the kitchen waste. And we have become habituated to do this, and we go on doing this. And here you find there is a training program going on, and we talk very big about cleanliness, all that. When it comes to lunch break, you must watch how people behave, right? So there are two clear reasons we can find why do we do this, why we behave the way we behave. Everybody else is doing, so what can I do alone? This is one reason we keep saying, because everybody else is doing, so I can do also, that is one. And the second is, we are glib with our words. We can rationalize, we can justify almost anything by talk. Our meaning of freedom is another thing. Freedom to spit. You can see here in this picture, yeah, everybody has freedom to spit. Yes, this man is spitting, the one on the top is also spitting, yes. And this is how life is. And suppose you levy a fine on people who spit, and you find that we tend to say, oh, my country is becoming undemocratic these days, and they are levying a fine just for spitting on the road, right? And the question all of us need to ask ourselves is that, am I a Swachh citizen in the first place? I expect a public toilet to be clean when I enter, but do I care to leave it clean when I come out of it? This is a question we need to ask. Yes, I am not responsible for this. You say all over garbage and the streets are not clean, heaps of garbage all over. We say, I am not responsible for this. Nobody likes to live on a pile of garbage. Every one of us think, I am not responsible for this garbage to have piled up here, nor am I responsible to clean up this. Yes, you are not responsible to clean up this, but you can be responsible not to add one more bit of garbage there. You can be responsible to that extent. And do I have any practical suggestions? I have been giving problems, but do I have solutions, what we can follow? And I am not going to list out what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. I just have a single suggestion to make. Believe sincerely that one person can make a difference. You want to be a Swachh citizen? It is your decision, and it is entirely your decision that it is perfectly within your command to be a clean citizen. And it is about the extent to which you are able to self-regulate yourself. If you cannot respect your own commands and self-regulate your personal self, it doesn't hold up blaming everybody else of littering and irresponsibility. That we expect everybody else to change so that I can change. And my take on this is, let me change myself first. And I shall try to expand this circle of positive deviance as we go. So first let me change, and then as we go, we can keep expanding the circle of positive deviance. And let me feel pride calling myself a positive deviant. Difference, when everybody else is deviating on the negative side, I am on the positive side. I feel proud calling myself a positive deviant. And this is to suggest that complex and often intractable social problems like littering, spitting in public places, culture-centered and community-driven solutions, if one of us can make a difference, we can go on expanding the circle. So let me be a positive deviant and keep on expanding the circle. And being a clean citizen, it starts at my house, at my street, at my village, at one person. It starts with me. Soon you shall find the me becoming we. Please realize Swachh Bharat Mission is not another government program. It is in our interest. It is in our national pride. This is a demonstration of our patriotism to this country.